Hi, I'm Andy Mullaney. I am a master's student at Texas A&M International in Laredo. My master advisor is Dr. Eversole, and my project is determining the effect of non-native and invasive vegetation on small vertebrate community assemblage and diversity, which mainly what we're looking at is how invasive grasses and woody invasives like weesatch and mesquite affect the diversity and community assemblage of small mammals as well as reptiles and amphibians. So this is a folding Sherman live trap, which we use to capture most of our small mammals. We bait them with just mixed birdseed, and that's it. There's a little tab you can see inside of the trap where the trapdoor latches onto, and then when the pressure plate is set off, it will trigger the trapdoor. Well, I set my small mammal trap grids up in 5x5 grids with 10-meter spacing in between each trap for a total of 25 traps per grid. I have 2 grids placed on each site, and every night that I trap on 2 of those sites for a total of 100 traps being set out every night. So first I weigh them. With a little spring scale. And then I subtract the weight of the bag. That's 131. We're on moderate 1, grid 1. It is a Sigmodon hispidus, so sci-high. And then I check for ticks, because I'm pulling ticks off, putting them in ethanol for to look to see how disturbance affects ectoparasite loads. And then I don't do this every time, but if I didn't know what it was, I would be measuring tail length and then total length, ear length, and hind foot length. But since he is a recap and doesn't have any ticks, we are good to go, so I'm good to let him go. terp arrays, how they work generally speaking, is you get anything moving along the ground and they come up to these drift fences right there, which will funnel the animals towards either the triangle traps, the pitfall traps, which are just buckets dug into the ground, or the box traps located on the far end of the array, and then they will move along and move towards any of those traps and hopefully end up inside of the traps. So it's a Mexican racer. You have the green at the front half of the body, and it sort of slowly goes to gray in the back, but then they also have that yellow throat up at the front of the body that kind of turns into a pale yellow as you go down. They're diurnal snakes found mostly on the eastern half of South Texas, and they feed mostly on small vertebrates. So where I insert the pit tags are usually just above the vent or the cloaca, which is right there. You can see the cloacal scale. Somewhere, you know, a little anterior of that, probably in and around these scales, and I usually do it on the side scale, or on the side of the ventral scale, and just go underneath and inject that way. And that usually does a good job. And then I will also, to mark individuals, I will take the scales that are posterior to the cloaca, and I will clip depending upon which site they're at and make a mark on those scales, so you can see, you can count up along those. And so this one was caught on a native 2 site, and so it would be the second scale up, so I would clip, so I will be clipping that scale right there. So first we get the snout vent length, like so, and then on here I'm marking it as a COCO because the scientific name is Coluber constrictor Oaxaca, but I'm just taking into account the genus and species name. So Coluber CO, constrictor CO. It was in a box trap. It was on native 1. Today is the 16th of June. 72.5 centimeters for the snout vent. If I take out my pit tag reader, I can double check to make sure there's no pit tag. No pit tag, so it's not a recapture. And I read the pit tag that's in there. So it comes up with a serial number that is a unique serial number for the pit tag that's going in this animal. And so then I record that as well. For injecting it, I will take it like so, and then, as I was saying earlier, I'll go in under one of these ventral scales, go down, and push it in, and there we go. Make sure that it's still reading. Yep, still reading.